Hello, my name is Jorge Avila, and today I will present my final submission about the challenge 6 called Java Spark for Web Apps. And this challenge is part of the in Mexico program backend developer certification from Digital Law, Tecmilenio, and Technoready. So let's start and watch what I did for this challenge. Well, first of all, starting with business summary, the goal of this challenge is to develop a Java Spark REST API with real-time binding system using WebSockets to enable collective item auctions with live price updates and automated offer management. And the impact we expect to for this challenge is automated price updates, real-time price adjustment, and change user experience, live auction updates, revenue growth, competitive bidding increases, and also operational efficiency, automatic offer status management like pending, outbid, and reject also accept offers. So the problem context of the challenge before our solution or the solution, the problems were manual price tracking, no real-time auction updates. You have to refresh the page to get all the updates about the auctions or items or offers. Difficult to manage multiple offers. After our solution or the solutions are automatic price updates with each offer, WebSockets real-time notifications, instant orbit alerts, and also reject, accept, and pending centralized offer management dashboard. The hypothesis of this challenge if a Java Spark REST API is developed with JDBI for efficient database operation, WebSockets for real-time communication like price updates, new items, new offers, also pending offers, outbid offers, accept offers, mustache templates for dynamic UI, PostgreSQL for reliable data storage, then we will enable automated auction management, provide real-time bidding experience, increase user engagement by 40%, and also reduce manual oversight by 80%. Talking about the backlog of the task that I did for this challenge, first for the spring one, we have the initial backend, and the principal task of this challenge were first of all, create initial backlog and roadmap, set up a GitHub repository, create users table, implement all CRUD endpoints for users like create, read, update, and delete, and add all necessary dependencies for the project. And the deliverables of the challenge were the roadmap with time objectives, technical report, PDF, and also GitHub repository initialized. And the backlog, continuing with the backlog, we have the Spring 2. It was the final backend and mustache views. First of all, the principal task was to create tables for items and users, implement items group endpoints, and implement offers endpoints like to accept an offer, reject an offer, create an offer, delete, update, get offers, and also filter by price and others endpoints. And design mustache templates, the item list, the offer form, the users list, and also the offers table, and an error handling and validation logic, and also the postman collection for each endpoint of the backend to test the backend, and also they create the root of to load the mustache views. So let's continue with the sprint 3 that is called WebSockets. And this sprint, the principal task was to implement WebSockets into the page. First of all, to update automatically offers and price updates. And also when order is accepted by the seller, you have to send a message and to update the item to salt and implement the WebSocket when item is added to the items table. And also in the challenge, implement a price filtering. Talking about the final submission, the principal task was to prepare this executive presentation of the accomplished work, deliverables, the presentation PDF, and also the MP4. I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. Key feature deliver of this challenge. Talking about the backend features, we have more than 20 REST API endpoints, complete group for users, items, and also offer, as I mentioned before. And we have the WebSocket server, real-time updates, items, offers, smart binding logic, automatic outbid detection when someone else make like offer higher than your last offer is going to put your offer like outbid. And transaction safety, JDBI, automatic operations. Talking about the front-end features, we have a dynamic web UI with mustache templates with live data, offer forms, interactive binding interface, real-time updates using WebSocket integration, user dashboard. You can track all your offers in real time and see if the offer was accepted or is pending or reject. And the architecture that I use for this challenge, I prefer to use layer architecture. Layer architecture is like first of all the front end is the what the user watch or what the user view, and behind that we have the WebSocket, and and also the WebSocket communicates with the service and the REST API, and this with the controller layer. Also, the DAO layer is like the database communication. The DAO layer is the layer when you make like the SQL queries to the database, and finally the database. So, talking about this, let's watch a demo of the application. I'm going to show my IDE and explain each folder and how it works, and also I'm going to show you the web page working with all the features. So let's see the demo. Well, here we have the code of the application. First of all, we have the docs. Here is store all the documentation about the project, database example, Postman collection, screenshots of the views, and also the documentation of the API, the architecture, the changelog, and also the documentation of the database. In the source folder, we have the config. In this folder, I store all the configuration about the program, like the database config, and JSON config, and the controller. Here I have all my roots, all yes, of the project, like see, yes, all the that the application returns. The DAO, in the DAO, I make all my SQL queries to the database. Here's an example. And the DTO is like request and response, is only like a models about the project. Entity, in the entity I have the principal, like the principal attributes of each table that I store in my database. And the section, here we have the error handling about the application. The roots, here we have the roots of the application, like the endpoints. Service layer, here I made all my business logic. The util, here we have like utility classes like mappers to between entity and DTO objects, and also I create a local datetime adapter because JSON no support like timestamp, so I have to create a class to handle that. And finally web, and here I have my configuration about WebSocket. also the resources, the schema SQL. This schema is going to run at the beginning of the application if you don't have any data in your database. So public folder, in the public folder I have my JavaScript scripts and also the styles, and finally my templates using mustache. So let's run the application. The application is running in the port 4567. So let's open Firefox. Here we have the principal page of my application, like the home page, and you can filter by price. If you enter the mean price, this application is going to update automatically the items for that price. And also let's try to import a new item using WebSockets. So for that I'm going to use Postman. So I'm going to create a new item and to add it to this. Here we have the new item. Also going to send it, and a new item appear in the page using WebSockets. So let's make an offer for that item. In this form you have to choose, in this moment you have to create to select a user. I don't know, maybe Rafael is going to make an offer. If you try to make an offer lower than the current bid, it's going to mark you an error. Offer must be at least and also the current price or the current bid. Let's make the offer a little bit higher, and also you can send a message, I really like, I don't know, and you can submit the offer, and instantly the offer appear in the offers history like a pending offer. And if you go to another page, you can see that like the WebSocket is working well. So I'm going to make another offer. Arturo is going to give $900, and also I want this, and submit that offer. And the last offer passed to outbid in each time in the two pages, because I'm using WebSockets to handle this, and also that. And in this moment I'm going to accept the offer of Arturo. For that I'm going to use Postman again, and I'm going to get all offers to find the Arturo's offers. And this here we have the Arturo offers is ID number 9. So I'm going to accept the offer in this moment, the offer, and I'm going to show you how updates automatically. Soon. Here we have the offer was accepted by the seller, so the item is sold, and you can no don't make more bids, and the winner is Arturo. So if we have here like another item like Chamarra de Bad Bunny, I'm going to make a new offer, and the item is going to update in real time like this, I don't know, and Ramon. And here we have how the item is updated with the new offer. Also you can update the item using Postman. You have to change the item name or maybe the current price, you can change it, and the application is going to show you the update instantly. So let's go to my profile and see the Arturo offers, and here we have that Arturo won this offer, Jorge offer, Jorge item, example item, and also that. and Chamarre Bad Bunny, and also he won another. But Chamarre Bad Bunny was a bit higher because he Arturo makes an offer, but was outbid for Ramon. And also that I think it's a good application, and I think it works very well and accomplish all the requirements of the challenge. So this is all for the demo, and let's continue with the presentation. While talking about the evaluation criteria of the challenge, satisfaction, we mastered JavaSpark, JDBI, WebSockets, and also PostgreSQL. And the scope deliver all the requirements of the challenge and accomplish with all the user stories. The innovation, I use real-time WebSocket integration, smart updated binding logic, and modern responsive UI for the users. Quality, I use clean code following with solid principles, comprehensive documentation in my GitHub repository, and also production ready architecture to escalate this application very well. Talking about the solution, I use progressive GitHub workflow repositories, branches, PRs, a functional API to get all the info of users, items, and offers, an interactive frontend UI to manage bits for all the users. Conclusions of the challenge. I built a production-ready auction platform with real-time capabilities, deliver all objectives with quality, created clean, documented code following industry standards using lighted architecture, clean code, documentation about the APIs, documentation about the database, Postman collections, and also a lot of things that are in my repository. And the recommendations that I take to escalate this application is to continue refining WebSocket optimizations for scale, because in sometimes like the WebSockets get confused and make an errors. Add compressive unit and integration test, and also maybe in the future implement user authentication and authorization. I think for this challenge I did the task very well. I really accomplished with my work, and I think I can improve also some things, but I think I make a really good work. So thank you for watching this video, and see ya in the next challenge.